It's interconference time for these Bobcats as they hope to pick up a win here on the road. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kemba Walker?
And defensively, he forces a ton of turnovers. He's great at anticipating where the ball is, where it's going, and what his man's going to do with it.
And Steve, very few players have his finishing ability. We see him get a lot of and ones because even if he draws hard contact, he is able to play through that and typically score.
After this game, the Kings head back out on the road. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
And Kevin, things really starting to get out of control for them. I mean, this losing streak is becoming an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if they don't figure out a way to stop it soon.
Clark, the only thing that can do it, I think, are drastic changes. Either, altering the starting lineup, maybe looking for a trade. But the confidence of their top guys is really gone at this point, and that really spells doom for this club.
Salmon picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Charlotte, their last game, a win against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
Now, here's Thomas. Really had an off game against the Pacers. Never really gotten to his rhythm.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
You look at Marcus Thornton out of LSU, 6'4", a scoring guard. He can really light it up in a hurry off the bench.
Here's Jefferson, and stolen by Cousins. Outside Thomas. Back to Cousins. The feed now to Thomas. Pass to Salmons. 6 to shoot. Thomas goes in, and there are the Kings with another bucket. And for Thornton, a second-rounder back in 2009. His size does hurt him defensively, but you'd have to say he's exceeded expectations.
I think so, Kevin. He surprised a lot of people with his ability to provide instant offense. He is pretty locked in with tunnel vision offensively. He's myopic now at that end of the floor. He's thinking about getting the ball and scoring the ball. But in his role, I think he's perfect for it.
Walker against Thomas. Let's go. Here's Cousins. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
A nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Good on the second free throw.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in SAC.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to speak with the head coach for the Charlotte Bobcats. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
All right, Doris. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate, and I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
Here's Thornton. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist making his last shot, and it's blocked by Zeller. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. And the Bobcats with the new group in. Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Anderson comes in for Zeller. Jeff Taylor, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Williams in for Gerald Henderson. Now, here's Thornton. 6 points for him.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Collins passes it to Williams. Out of bounds, Bobcats ball as Charlotte keeps possession.
They have no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
The Kings making a switch here. McLemore's checked in. The second chance effort. The kick out to Williams. Anderson outside. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Williams for three. That one goes. Count it. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Vasquez kicks to Mbamute. He feeds it to Vasquez. Anderson with the block. And the pass to Vasquez. Lays it up and banks it in. Vasquez has got his first points of the game.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Now, here's Mbamute. Looking for his first basket still in this one. The shot by Williams, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And Jeff Taylor gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Now here's Vasquez. Defense is right there. Pass to Mbamute. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's Williams. Williams gets a screen from Anderson. Williams dishes to Biombo. Deflected. It's stolen by McLemore. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. Live.
Next Tuesday, December.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play.
Bobcats came out of the gates fast to start the season, won 7 of the first 12. Amazingly, that actually tied their win total from the previous season that had been shortened, and they set a record for a team matching a previous year's win total in the fewest games, but unfortunately it didn't last.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Sacramento, the guards, Vasquez and McLemore. Luke Richard and Mbamute out there with Hayes. And it's Outlaw in at the small forward position. Nick Roberts inside, covered by Hayes. Well, Clark, as you said, that outstart would quickly vanish as those 7 wins would end up being an entire third of their total wins of the year. Steve, once the meat of the season came around, they just couldn't keep up.
Well, reality always sets in the NBA, Kevin. I mean, when you don't have enough talent, you might get off to a hot start, but it's all going to turn around, and that's exactly what happened with Charlotte. But, look, they're getting better. I like some of their young players. They're competing. I think this team has a better future than people realize.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, Bismack Biombo, a young center from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he said he never knew how long his arms were until he came to the U.S. He measured out with a 7'7" wingspan. Incredible for his height. He said, quote, "I'm 6'9", but because of my wingspan, I can play like a 7-footer. Guys, teams used to just look at a big man's height. Now they take into account things like wingspan, standing reach, and the vertical jump, getting a much clearer picture of, quite literally, a player's sphere of influence.
He's got the length factor to be sure. Thanks, Doris.
Gerald Henderson, a 6'5" shooting guard out of Duke, guys, and we all know his father played in the NBA for 13 years and was a member of a Celtics championship team back in the mid-'80s. Gerald Jr. came into the league rebounding and defending at a high level very early.
The Kings trail by 4, and there's the foul. It's on Josh McRoberts. That's his first foul for the Bobcats. Al Jefferson's checked in for Josh McRoberts, and it's Zeller in for Monty Eunice. Jefferson with the double team. Landry defended by Zeller. Landry passes to Outlaw. Right side, Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Outlaw. Off target with his 3. And speaking of Henderson, Steve, you can tell he's really put the work in to improve his game.
Yeah, I like his game. He's shown improvement both with his shooting and his playmaking. I thought he was kind of a straight line drive guy coming out of Duke, but now he's able to navigate his way around screen and rolls. And he's always been a really good on-ball defender.
And the Kings making a change here. Thornton's checked in. Second free throw, no good.
And, you know, for the Kings, with the new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Charlotte.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Now, they've done a really good job of getting their hands into passing lanes and coming away with some steals in the early going.
Salmon's no luck. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. 5th best, Kemba Walker.
You know, there's no luck involved in being amongst the league leaders in steals. You've got to combine the toughness with the ability to move your feet and the tenacity in going after the ball.
Here's Landry. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Well, Landry has just a big motor. He can play so hard as soon as he gets into the game that he makes a major impact on the game. He's relentless in his pursuit of offensive rebounds, and he's always going to fight you for the ball.
Yeah, you know, those offensive rebounds are always huge. You also need to be able to finish through contact if you're undersized, and Landry can do that too. He can get a guy up in the air, lean into him, and finish the play while earning a trip to the free throw line. Now, here's Walker. And Zeller backs down. Off the screen. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in.